In an age where faith and spectacle collide, this Sunday's service at the Potter's House ended not with a sermon but with tears that have set social media ablaze and sparked a nationwide conversation about the future of religious leadership. The question echoing through congregations and beyond: what happens when faith meets a breaking point? This was no ordinary service. As Bishop T.D. Jakes stood on the pulpit, his voice quivering with emotion, it became clear this was a moment of unprecedented significance. For years, Jakes has been a towering figure in the Christian community, a powerful orator, a spiritual guide to millions, and a symbol of resilience. Yet, this tearful conclusion felt like a betrayal of the very strength his followers rely upon. Was it vulnerability or something deeper, a reckoning with the weight of leadership in an increasingly fractured world? Critics argue that this emotional display reflects a broader crisis within modern religious institutions. When leaders break, their followers fracture, said cultural commentator Drive Amelia Hayes. Many fear that moments like these could undermine confidence in leadership at a time when faith communities are already struggling to retain members. The stakes couldn't be higher. With political ideologies bleeding into religious rhetoric, and global crises challenging the role of faith, every tear becomes symbolic of a larger battle. This event calls to mind historical tipping points, such as Brexit, a decision that split a nation and forced citizens to re-examine their identity. Just as Brexit reshaped the UK's geopolitical landscape, could Jakes' moment of vulnerability signal a spiritual schism in America? Analysts warn this could mark a new era of influence where church leaders must navigate the treacherous waters of emotional transparency and unwavering authority. Supporters counter that this display of raw emotion is precisely what the church needs. In a world numbed by cynicism, seeing a leader cry isn't a weakness, it's humanity, said author and theologian Marcus Kane. Critics, however, remain unconvinced. They argue that in the fight for relevance, faith leaders must project strength above all else. What happens to a flock when the shepherd falters? This is the question haunting those who see the service as a dangerous precedent. The future of the Potter's House, and the influence of Jakes himself, hangs in the balance. Will this moment galvanize a movement toward authenticity, or will it fracture the faith community irreparably? Many believe this could mark a crossroads for modern Christianity, a choice between embracing vulnerability or clinging to tradition. One thing is clear: the British people were not the only ones to stand at a crossroads after a divisive vote. Now, a spiritual nation wrestles with its own identity, its future hanging in the balance. What do you think? Was this a moment of strength or a dangerous display of weakness? Join the conversation, share your thoughts, and be part of this movement. Like, subscribe, and become a member of our growing community as we continue to explore the most pressing issues of our time. Together, we shape the narrative. Together, we build the future.